Here, the last we were left here. Now the explain some of the teaching of the Bardos. Bardo means intermediate between for life or death, or those different explanation here. Bardo. The second is birth and death is between. So between, and then how their explanation how to become successful the practice to now you have capability to by yourself to liberate fearless. So here there's a good tume solidars, and here is maybe two different kind. The bird explain Tibetan good is like vessel or the eagle, the similar. So there are very carefully Tibetan called gusums. I think maybe this we can relate it. Gusum means right now in the season is 3 weeks a day, 9 days. So gusum you should stop doing. So 27 days need for the winter is extreme cold. This helps for the farmers. They will know the spring times coming, the raining and the crops and everything is good because this farmers and they follow the different signs like Native American. So here's the one bird we're talking, the eagle. The eagle is very, very warm, super warm, and especially his chest, and then feathers they're holding in the egg. And the weather is warm, and then the chick is not coming successful because the mothers are warm and outside are warm, and then they becoming in the wounded. It's not coming successful chicks. So now those 3 weeks for each 9 or 7 days, very extreme cold, and then the chick is coming very healthy. So likewise, the mothers they know exactly how to take care, not early to jumping in the chicks. Then they explain here how related in the Dharma or the students and teachers or sub and others. So here's the Gujum and so others. The mothers they carefully how to protect the eggs. Likewise, the instruction teaching by the great teachers, and kumji means sort of the making familiar. First day, second day, or first preliminary practice and second and so forth. So now here is the example first, and the not other bird is not coming attacked, and also the not broken, and they were perfect way. The eagle is a different bird. They make nests and then going, and maybe next time the new. The eagle, they make the vase, and you can see the eagle vase, and I think one of the floated now the largest one, something big. So this way, every year they're coming or like expanded family members by coming the same root house. So this way they know how to take care and the landscape, and the chicks come out and the actual how to jumping and fly a different branch and so forth. That's why the mothers are so carefully to teaching to the chicks. So here, first, how to take the warm, nicely, and healthy way, and then they will becoming more independently muscles and all those need to now fly, follow the mom, and then mothers not need to worry much because mother can see the ego baby chick is now no longer in the chicks. Now the baby is independently sort of alive. Likewise, here the kindness, the experienced Dharma teacher is very important to the practitioners. We will be so smart, so many books, but no follow. And then the baby eagles, without the mother's instruction, try to fly and then there's something happens. Then they're gonna complain to the mother, you didn't teach me because now I'm fell in the ground. So Lama Gendin Namla Kumangoma Servitors. This is called the good condition for the teachers and the students, such as great Milarepa in his disciples. Nothing attached to holding, only one focus at the Dharma. Then it's pure Samaya, because this is wanted in my life. I will follow whatever he say. He is unseparable than Buddha, Then there's no failure any place. So here, Tujichambui. Then this was the great kindness, giving all the realizations beginning to end. Also the renowned body, speech, mind, and nothing needed to attachment. But we take care well, without attachment to take care. So how do we take care? The mother's early example, the chicks, and they become eagles. So how we can go this outer teacher and students. Now go in deeper. The 5 poisons or 5 emotions, any rough and any subtles, all afflicted emotion is each individual's mind, not outside. So when you recognize and you already eliminate or sub-rising and sub-liberate, or you recognize the power of the mind. Now, this is usually, say the eagle is not with the mother, is not always with the companion, with the mother, and also wonderful and fly together. Without the mother, they already independently, without fear, they know how to. Now here also say the practitioners to recognize the Rigpa awareness, the natural state. This is you have and you recognize, and your powerful nature mind is the complete in pure emptiness. When your emptiness is arising, everything is sub-rising and sub-liberate. Nothing is still and permanently, momentary by changing. Thus the momentarily changing the pure emptiness power as the every appearance and outer also become in the beautiful, such as like the Buddha Pure Land. The inner all beings also you can see the purity, such as like Dagas and Daginis or Buddhas and Buddhasarva. And the secret also all the what we call the 5 poisons also becoming the radiating light through those the realization right away to transform. And then they recognize all those 5 emotions, and then the wisdom and knowledge you now need revert to the 6 realms, because your root of the ignorance become realization. Likewise, the eagle is no longer fear to fly in the high mountains or trees or space or sky. Likewise, the person who recognizes the mind no longer fear for the rebirth, the samsara, or changing in this life, no fear, because now you have capacity to fly from samsara to Mahaparinirvana. So this one is very important to recognize, One way good, you need to recognize. Bad, you recognize. Those thought is the only outer conditions. Outer condition not always the permanent moment by change. So now the genus. First, also the rebirth in the human being to under the death, the between, to recognize that way, and then Lama or teacher or whoever they will to introduce when you need to last breathing or anything, or last minute to awareness your rigpa or your natural state. This also the depends. The Lama give you some further instructions. then you need exercise, So without your exercise, say, for example, Lama say here is the rice. You have 3 bags and 3 yanas, 3 bags of rice. You're thinking I have rice, but you didn't cook, and that didn't work that way. As soon as you will get rice, you need cook, and then you need enjoy it. Then you have experience which rice is good. Basmati is good or sticky rice good. Then I need question about others because you have already experienced. So likewise here, all the teachings of first learning, and then they use arising afflictive emotions, which one is now at the time. Or the Zhe means exercise your mind, Okay. So when you exercise your mind, or rough condition, and you try to not allow to afflictive is bigger than wisdom. The temporary afflictive is very powerful, but then the wisdom is much better to deeper, because the wisdom is the natural. The afflictive anger and attachment, those is the just condition just come up. Nothing is a strong base. I always say afflictive emotion is like baseless. They're not still always, just move around all the time. Then there's the second. Third one, now the subtle part. Now before we're talking about the body. Now it's in the consciousness part. Means now the first is your life, this body attached, this with this body. And second, you are the rainbow light or rainbow body or light body, and there. So then you become very powerful to open as very quicker. Say in maybe your cluster or your basement somewhere very dark, and kids always say, oh, I don't like the dark place in the basement, because they think something's there mysterious, a scared one. Likewise, our mind, we always think there are deep ignorance is somewhere. As soon as you turn on the light, nothing's inside empty house. It's the same as you stay in the other side of darkness, and no different, because you turn on the light. Likewise, root of ignorance, root of wisdom is the one base. Now, no longer to fear to creating samsara, because your mind is now awakening. So like the blue sky with the sunny there, there's no longer any dark cloud, the same as our practice experience. Even though coming slow, small, the steam, but it's just a stream revelation, but it's not a thick cloud, So this way, Namdo Yishisu said that means every thought is the transforming to the primordial wisdom. So the mind is very powerful, but nothing late to catch up in yesterday, or too fast to catch up in tomorrow. But the mind is every moment, but moment they're so clear. If we keep in that way, we have no mistakes, because the mind, the nature is sharp, like crystal clear, such as like mirror. Whatever we show the front mirror, everything is reflected. We cannot miss any from the mirror or camera. So likewise, Tadegi Shiva. So the moment this fresh and the life and moment you recognize, this the moment as you turn on the light, no longer fear, no longer there. When you see the clarity, remember clarity themselves is all is purity. And this you see one as clarity, and they use to the all other objects. Nothing is existing there independently. Everything's clarity, like turn on the light. Same as in the mind. Mind can understanding who she thinks or thought. Where is the mind? So the mysterious mind is like the space or sky. Every thought is allowed within the space on your mind. Not only that, everything's thought is so clear to recognize. So that's good. Ribasedon, the natural awareness is the clear side is emptiness, then unseparable in clarity and emptiness. So when you recognize you recognize the thought or thought as the base of the primordial wisdom. So that's what we need to recognize. There are so many thoughts, but this is essence one. Everything's dependent on us. That's why Lord Buddha said, you are your own leader. You are your own boss. Your boss make you happy or unhappy. No one make you happy or unhappy. Yes, there's some conditions. The end of the day, you are the only one experience. So this way, you need to know how to take care. And you have leftover wisdom, you can share to other sentient beings. That's why there's nothing exciting, nothing surprise. All those come in the sub-rising and sub-liberate. So that's called the Rangsen Yishi, the sub-clarity liberate or rising is the primordial wisdom. Within us, when we think and recognize, always there, and we will lost with us, and then we become mystic mind arising. Because the thought is like endless, such as like a river, continue flow. But you need to know which ones need to continue, which one need to, just need to recognize. So now, when the bad thought continue, there's no benefit. Bad thought is transforming, luminosity continue, it is a benefit. But see, only one hand, or one coin, two different sides. Same material, same factory, same design, but only different front and the back. So that is why we need one side is if the emotions continue, one side is the wisdom continue. So we try to not allow the afflicted is continually, this for no benefit way, except in other. So when you afflicted emotion allowed to continue, that's what we call the sentient beings, the samsara beings, And now the transforming, this is the wisdom way, is called yogi's lifestyle. Yogis always thinking the mindfulness, nothing much. So this way they're always transforming in the wisdom. And everything's becoming excellent. You see something tree, and yogis and yoginis say, oh, how wonderful this tree is so powerful, healthy, happy, and there's some always thinking the positive things. That's kind of yogi mind. Now third, now here fourth. So now this one is the dream. The fourth one, the dream. So now here is the Kung. So here is the first when we have the dream, First is a dream, and you didn't recognize a dream is like real, You have some good experience or something, whatever you have the appearance in dream, and you think it's real. The sooner or later, and you recognize when you wake up, it is dreams. So this is most we have experienced. I have good dreams, I have bad dreams, those we have. But now this need a little bit more effort. Within dream, you need to recognize it is a dream. And your dream, still you need to continue, your mind need to know it is not real, it is dream. Before the awakening, this is different, You have dream, you can tell the morning, everybody they have experience. But you see, dream is so powerful, even though nothing real there. Some dreams make you, wow, it's nice. Last night I have a fantastic dream, Looks like you get something, even though nothing. And then one dream looks like a little bit, maybe your core base may be burned, So that was, last night dreams terrible, I cannot handle. The both is nothing real. One is close to your desire, that's what you like. One is not in what you wanted, that's what you don't like. The both is just dream, is a dream. That's why Buddha said, daydream and night dream is no different. Daydream means we thought day is light, day is weak, no dreams coming. The Buddha said, life is like dream, and day is like dream. Dream is also dream. So this way, see, first begin and clear, sometimes unclear, sometimes I think I have a dream, but I'm not sure. Sometimes, yes, I have very clear this, dreams appearing in my dream. So those you recognize called the minimum Bardo. When you recognize that this dream is again and again, then you understanding the appearance and dream is the Dharma Dhatu. So this is very important. Remember, when you or lifetime you have dream, you knew it's nothing real, So now when we Bardo, when appearance, all different sounds and form, you also need to know there's also like dream, nothing real. If lifetime you didn't see is real, how you can say and when you die and the Bardo is real? So that's why I see the important way is the nothing real there. See, nobody want to go to the lower realms. Everybody wishing to the higher realms and heaven, things like that. So this is depend our mind. We happy to go to the lower realms? No, because we already say if you do something bad, you will go to lower realm. So now they know their mind thinking I did so many wrongs. So they're heavy and heavy. Before you were very good swimming. Now you did one bag of sand, you did some creating, and you're swimming, it's a little heavy, And now you remember that we were talking yesterday, 10 non-virtues and 10 virtues. If we not did 10 non-virtues all, maybe we will did 10 non-virtues. And now you need swimming for the 5 bags of sand, extra you need carrying. Even though you're very good swimming. And this also attached to your hands and legs, all those sand bags. This nobody knows, but you the only know you did something. Right now, we didn't remember everything, but after we pass, it's very clear to mind is more sharper. I need to clean something. I need, So like what these days, this life, roughly we need know if you did something big mistakes, I did something wrong, or maybe directly or indirectly, or something. For example, not necessarily always I'm not talking negative things. For example, you will say your trash bags, for example, used to be you need to take out once a week. You can intentionally you forget first week, second week, third week, 1 month. You don't have plastic bags anymore. Smells are rising all different directions. They had tradition to take out once a week. Your choice didn't take out. Now smell is there. Now complain for the garbage or complain for the us. So likewise you see here, beautiful is purify means same taking out the garbage. So this means no more continue garbage. Oh yeah, we need many things, garbage, recycle, and so forth. This is our mind. There are so many developing every days and weeks. Some good thoughts looks like recycle, we can use again. Some we need to put away, no longer use anymore. So here the Bardo revelation is the same. Whatever we do is just coming in the mind. You will, for example, you cook, you let bit effort, you knew, I think this is good food because I put everything good, it smells good, looks good, tastes good. But you already know that's, I have, today is a very heavy day, busy, just put in the pizza and have oven, whatever there, and maybe you can, too much heat and everything's burned, or it may be wrong button, inside frozen, some things that because you're in the mind, not joy to do something. So here is the going to high beings or lower beings, only our creating and through the completely action way. Thought is weird, so many thought. The Buddha said, even though you will maybe criticize the Buddhas and Bodhisattva, immense negative seed. Action is absolutely. So we always say, remember, Tibetan word, in Tibetan say, in summer you need to protect all the metals, irons, because too long and outside, and then the water will become into rust. That word means in the winter you need to take care in the pot because the cold and broke any minute. Say, and usually on daily basis protect in your mouth because you say something and hurt in somebody, Then people that see Lama's talking again. He was criticizing me. He looking for me, Say bad for me, See. So I need to be careful. Make sense? Okay. So here, next one is now see the daylight, for example. We've finished chapter, or not chapter, part of the conversation, the dream. Now we're the daily base. We're already some familiar. I need to go from here to grocery. I need to go to here. For me, last couple of months, I need to go to Home Depots. So all the time. So now, this is my mind already know how to get the Home Depot, how long take the Home Depot. This is my new patterns. So this way, when you're training and do something daily practice, even though you're tired, you need to do something, and some often water, often flour, often coffee or tea, whatever you drink. That's not take long, maybe 5-10 minutes, and then you also some reciting or whatever you practice. This is called kumji. Kumji means making too familiar to daily base, become routine. And then first we need to effort, and then becoming routine, effortless. So now see here, the day you're becoming as the routine. Likewise, in the dream, any things arising, good and bad, everything's coming and recognize the mind, and then the new. I don't need to fear because this is my imagination. So you recognize or deliberate at the same time. Remember those we talked many times. Tibetan called kebuchelan lanterns. That is very important. So that's why we repeat again and again. In other words, you can say one time, Om Mani Padme Hum. That's it. That's all. It's not enough. Need many times reciting. I'm talking generally speaking. So. Those on way to training in our mind, and then your mind is so stable. Stable is very important. Other words, doubt, so many doubt. The doubt is not bad, but some doubt is useless. This makes you very difficult. Remember, this talking about here, day becoming routine, and then the Bardo is a revelation, is a routine. And the part day is your excellent day, and the Bardo is excellent. How we know? Remember the great Milareva's life story we talked many times. Milareva was very comfortable. One of he retreat cave. One day he thought, oh boy, maybe here's maybe some demons also. As soon as he thought, and then the inside the Rocky Mountain, it's just sound, earthquakes, and lightnings, all kind. There's demons already there. If you thought, bad is there. When he thought this is excellent, pure land, and he thought this is the best place in earth, quiet, good view. Every meditation is becoming stable samadhi. So the Milareva said this is, within the mind is changing, and then what happened? So that's why see yogis live in a very bad condition place. Their mind is a good place because what we see, what they saw is totally different. Depend their mind, how the mind thinks, These days, everybody, they have two things, right? Oh, I have struggled, many difficulty things. This means not only to get their body, other connection to the mentally. Most mental is more difficult, So, because, I have very difficult, my cousins, my brothers, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, niece, nephew, so many connections connected the mind to build. So mind is becoming more stable, the body is stable, mind is peace, the body is more healthy. That is why Buddha always say, any situations, any different things, and the point, look inside your mind. Here saying before and after, and you can see before you didn't know how harm others indirectly without attention. So now maybe something happened, and then it transforming and no longer there. So this always changing within our own mind. That is Buddha's great master in the Kadamba tradition is very famous. They call mind training, many texts, Not only many. The body training is not much, Mind training text. Maybe some these days, yoga is, of course, not only body, they also mind. The people say, oh, she or he looks like yoga teacher. This means looking outside, a little bit thin and tall. This way talking, she maybe looks like yoga teacher. So they didn't know how she or his mind. So of course, king is the mind, minister is the body, and retuning is the speech, So now, so now I see here the So now here, remember, every routine is you in the day you knew. This is just we have life. Those experience life. Days maybe some sunny day, not sunny day. It's just normal. Nothing is special. Nothing is a worry. This just everybody knows, right? So likewise, and they recognize the Bardo, all the appearance is nothing new. You recognize because nothing is a real existent or sub-level or revelation. So now here's it. In all the dream, dreams came from only body? No. Dream came from your speech? No. The dream is only experience in the mind. The mind connection, and you will say, oh, I'm exhausted, because the mind circulation too fast, that's why your body is tired. That's why I see mind is king. Meaning of something tenazam. Now, even though the mind, their dream came from mind, there's also just you can reminding a very tiny way. Not much. Say someone here maybe 40 years old, how many of you have dream? There are no numbers, countless. Tell me, you have 20 most happiness or worse. You cannot remember which one is the 20. It's not large. 40 years, 365 days a year, you have to have many dreams. See, we don't have left. Let's go here. Tenang means just reflect and appearance in the mind. I have wonderful my teenagers, something like that. Not much details, months and years, and So you say, oh, my colleges, first maybe first year is very difficult, second is very good, but very good. How many good? Not much, because I was with my friend, we had fun, and we drink. I don't know what kind of fun, but there are so many fun, right? So those is printed in the mind. So here the tenang. So depending on the two, here's the ten. Nang. Ten means commemorate, reminding. Nang means appearance. What do you call a reflection, right? Reflection. And also called Tibetan called pakchak. Pakchak. This is we will always come in the text. Pakcha means someone. It's not diction, but pakcha means someone love, drink coffee, and then always want first things and coffee, and nothing else. The first is the coffee. You can say this diction or this habit. So habit means not necessarily bad. This looks again like routine. So now, Bardo. So the dream and the all the Bardo is the same. Now those appear in the 5 doors or 5 aggregate. And those same in the appearance and mind. So when you recognize the dream, and you recognize the dream, and you're pretty good, you recognize your mind always. So now, say, reach to his stage, it's something a little higher. So this means this person is not longer in the lower level. So likewise, now you recognize your mind. Anything that arises, you recognize. So recognize means on control, or looks like the remote control or something, or car and your house speed. Now become in Tibetan say now it depends your hand, Now it depends your hand, right? Make sense? Okay. So now say we recognize here the Bardo is like the Dharma, the luminous reflection. That is the way we're not to stuck in the samsara, because you know it's not real, and somebody blocked, you knew it's not real, you need to break through. So now luminous DT break 10 minutes.